You know, people ask me what I do all the time, and I say I create my own coloring books, and then I color them, and then I get to see them come to life. Not just with schools, but with all of our projects, we try to look at ways that we can improve and better the infrastructure or the way that we're utilizing those resources. And so we focus a lot on green infrastructure techniques and ways of using the natural environment to deal with stormwater design, for instance, or making sure we're using less water. But xeriscape doesn't just mean a rocky dust bowl. It doesn't mean it's just rocks and nothing. But there's a lot of native plants and a lot of native material that you can use to still get that green feeling and still get that value that you're looking for.
We are involved with the planning process, and that typically has to do with capturing the client's vision, and I think synergizing it with codes and planning policies for the given municipality that a project resides.
When I work with cities or governments, it's generally to look at either the whole city or a specific area or neighborhood and think about what that neighborhood or area can become. And that's not just thinking about the design, but it's also the land use and the economy and the social aspects of an area, and figuring out what the vibe is right now and what the city or the community wants it to be in the future, and then mapping that out both literally like on maps, but also with vision statements and capturing the value and the social culture of an area, and then translating that into policies so that the city and the community can actually make things happen and not just have these big ideas, but get them down on paper and then figure out a way to move forward with them.
We like to say the bones of the project are the important part, and those are the things you can't change. How it's laid out, the infrastructure, the roads, the utilities, those things are much more difficult to change in the future. And so you really want to make sure that you plan accordingly, and you plan for not just today's project and what your needs are now, but you're thinking ahead 5, 10, 20 years and making sure that you understand what the future needs may be so that you can lay them out and master plan accordingly.
I think the earlier that we can collaborate with those end users, whether they're maintenance personnel, facilities management personnel, just the client, the owner, and their team, the better the results are going to be. And by that I mean that they have input and are able to, I think, feel like they were a part of the decision-making process and the solutions.
It's great to have such an extended group of skilled landscape architects and designers to rely on, because it means that with my policy side and their design side, together we can come into these planning projects with a broad range of perspectives. And so we can draw the pretty pictures, we can come up with the great ideas, but then we can also back it up with solid research and writing and policy development that's going to let that community implement those ideas and make them a reality.